Welcome to this week's Kram Rams. I'm Paul Bennett.
And I'm Jackson Mahar.
The girls' basketball season is still in full effect.
Karen went and looked on how the girls are doing this season.
The girls' basketball season is almost over, and the team has faced and overcame a lot of challenges along the way. The team is young, and they explained to us how that has affected them.
We have 3 captains, and the team naming us the captains has made us take on the role of leading the team and voicing our opinions and just having a louder voice in general. And I think the 3 captains right now have done a really good job of leading the team, and everyone else has also stepped up. Like, we have, I think, 8 juniors, and we've all done really well with our communication and leading.
Because we do have a young team, I think it's almost better because we get to actually grow and learn together, and I think that's really benefited us throughout the season, so I like having a young team.
I enjoy coaching a young team because there's a lot of different areas that we can grow. So strategy, skills, there's a wide variety of areas that we can grow. So having a young team is exciting in that way.
The team also reflected on their strengths and weaknesses.
Trying to work the ball a lot, like passing it more, and trying to run plays and trust again, and trying to knock down more shots. Finishing, basically.
Well, we are the smallest team in 6A, so we definitely use our speed, not our height, and that's gotten us pretty far through the season, so we just got to remember what strengths that we have, which is speed, because we are a faster team, so that's normally what we come back to if we're down.
Finally, the team looks towards future hopes and aspirations.
We've put in a lot of extra work in practice and a little bit of change in plays and the dynamic of how we do things, but we should see some improvement soon. But I don't know, just our teamwork in general has improved as well, so hoping for the best.
Well, we have faced a tremendous amount of adversity this year. We've had players go down early in the season with injury, players mid-season with injury, and then we just found out we're going to have another player down at the end of the season here. So I'm really looking forward to having everyone back and healthy and give us an opportunity to really play at our best. I don't believe we've played at that level yet. It'll help with the chemistry to get everyone back. And we have some very good young players that are coming up as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much they improve over the summer and hopefully have a rock star team next year.
The hard work and dedication the girls put in practice does not go unnoticed. Rampart would like to wish them good luck as they finish their season and look towards future seasons. This has been Adon Andrade reporting for KRAM.
Good luck on future games, Rams.
Rampart's yearbook worked incredibly hard to get a large portion of the yearbook submitted recently.
Publishing a yearbook is a massive endeavor, so KRAM decided to demonstrate how dedicated our yearbook staff really is.
In the months leading up to January, Yearbook had a big deadline that they had to work tirelessly on to make sure that they got done in time. We asked Yearbook employees and the Yearbook chiefs how they got this deadline done on time.
So this is our biggest deadline of the year. We have 116 pages to submit, which is nearly half of the entire book. So it's called the mug section.
And it's really big. It's everyone's ID picture. It's all of the senior photos, baby ads, and then it's a bunch of contents pages.
So basically we split the yearbook up into 4 deadlines, and we do one deadline at a time, and then the next one, once we finish that, all those spreads are submitted.
I mean, it's important because of how much it is. It's most of our book. We have to really get on it and be on our stuff. We have to get our good coverage. We can't rush it because of how many pages is it. We can't excuse our coverage for the volume of the deadline.
It's the part that people really appreciate the most. When people get their yearbooks, they always flip right to the student section so they can see the pictures of them and their friends. And so we want to make it look really good.
Because if we don't get all the spreads done and they're late, then we have to spend a lot of money getting it reprinted or whatever the case might be, and then it's more expensive for the students to buy because we screwed up.
So Elizabeth and I, we're both the editors, and we kind of do everything. Not everything, we work on little bits and pieces of everything. We go in and edit the staffers' pages after they're done with their content. They get their content, and we go in and put it all together, and then just make sure it matches all of our different technicalities and everything.
And so our job is to help them get coverage where they can't, we have to cover a game or something. I edit captions, I help them edit copy, and we basically just like work on layout and make it all perfect so we can hit submit and get those all done.
I was assigned to the baby ad spread, so I was creating and organizing spreads bought by parents for the seniors at Rampart. But now that that spread is completed, I'm going to be working on whatever everyone needs help with.
We asked these yearbook employees why yearbook is just so important.
Yearbook is so important because it's literally a book. It's a piece of history. It's a book. You go back to it when you're showing your kids and everything. Like we're capturing the moments that we're never gonna get to see again, and we might forget. Like we want to have these to have in a physical form to remember for the rest of our lives.
Because it's like a history book that's on the shelf forever. Like it captures the trends and like what people were doing during this year. And it's especially important like during these last few years where it was like COVID and everything. And it's like you look back on those books and it's like so much history, and we have spreads in here that are like fashion and like trends and popular opinions and stuff like that that are kind of like more focused on like what's happening this year. So when people look back on it, it's like capturing their life and they're like, I totally forgot about that class or that teacher or that trend that everything was revolving around. So it's very important. I think it's totally worth the money. Please buy your yearbooks.
We can't wait to see the yearbook at the end of the year. This has been Jackson Mahar signing off for Kram.
Make sure to get your orders of money into Miss Bailey in 402.
Many of you might not realize that the course name for Kram is actually called Electronic Media.
Since we have a journalism theme in this week's episode, we thought we'd give you a peek behind the scenes.
Here at Rampart, there are many beloved classes. One such class is Electronic Media. Join us as we take a look into what our video journalism class learns.
As a general rule, Kram students are all working on different things simultaneously. They're working on a personal project, they're working on a segment for the next week's Kram. It could be a little bit of anything.
It'll start out with Mr. Moore giving us a little introduction as to what we have going on for the day or the week, and then he'll usually turn the groups over to their head editors, and we'll go out and we'll get interviews and start getting cover footage and things together for our segments.
So a typical day in Kram is just meeting with your head editor usually to see if you need to get any interviews for the Kram you're doing. Then you typically work on a project that we always get.
When our Kram students are working on projects and segments, they have a range of tools they use to complete their chosen tasks.
Well, we use Mark IV cameras, Canon Mark IVs, and I edit on Premiere Pro, although a lot of people edit on Premiere Rush. And I feel very grateful to, have all this fancy equipment to work with. Like we got great tripods, we have great cameras, great sound equipment.
Many of our Kram members believe that the Kram newscast has a positive impact on our community as a whole.
Everyone takes 15 minutes out of their day to go and watch what students made about local news at our school.
I think Kram kind of brings the community together in a sense. It informs people of everything that's going on at school, from plays to different events. It's a great way for information to get out.
This has been Arlo Kaminsky signing out for Kram.
If you are at all interested in electronic media and Kram, please make sure to sign up.
The digital photography class has a new teacher this year.
Karen went into depth with Miss Gordon and the photography students in her class.
Digital photography is a beautiful and fun art form that some of our own students here at Rampart participate in. Kram decided to interview some students of our digital photography class about what digital photography is and what they prefer to take pictures of.
Digital photography is a class here at Rampart where you go and you take photos either with your phone camera or an actual camera, and then you learn about how to edit them and how to put them into presentations.
It's a class where you learn how to handle cameras and how to take pictures.
Digital photography is when you take photos of your environment or certain things that you think are interesting to try and show details or a different point of view.
Digital photography is an introduction to photography, pretty much. So I'm trying to get students to understand the eye and how we can make art out of photographs.
I mean, personally, outside of school, if I see something, usually the sky or sunsets or sunrises or something, that's what I take pictures of.
But I like to take pictures of people and of statues, I guess.
I like when we get to take pictures outside.
I prefer landscapes for sure, or nature.
Miss Gordon is new to Rampart this year, so we asked her students about her and her class.
In Digital Photography 1, we don't really use actual cameras, but we use our phones.
I think it's important because it really helps you develop a new skill, and it can actually be helpful later in life when you're doing other photography work.
It's a fun class. I think everybody has fun in it.
I think it's an important class because usually we don't look around the world to see what is beautiful and what is going on around us, and it just makes us more aware of our surroundings, and it helps us just take in the moment.
I think the new teacher's great. She's a really fun person. She's really nice. All her assignments work really well, and she's a great teacher for editing.
Mrs. Gordon is really nice. She's really cool. I think she's super fun. She teaches us a lot. She's really good at giving instructions, and she makes it really easy to understand.
Miss Gordon, she's really nice. She's pretty laid back. She gives us assignments, but it's never too overwhelming, and she's really nice.
I love Rampart. I love the students so far. They're really fun, really awesome.
If you are interested in taking digital photography next semester, talk to your counselor. This has been Tara Nimes reporting for KRAM.
If you are interested in digital photography, make sure to sign up for the next year.
Today is Groundhog's Day.
In this student humor piece, Karen went and asked students and staff if they knew anything about what Groundhog's Day is.
My name is Bill. I'm Phil's brother, and today I went out and asked students and staff what they thought about Groundhog's Day. And if I didn't like their answers, I showed them a little bit of what a groundhog can do.
Hey, Groundhog's Day is that day when the groundhog comes out. His name is Poxatomi Phil, I think. He comes out, and if he sees his shadow, we get 6 more weeks of winter. And if we don't see his shadow, it's going to be spring coming up soon.
Yes, Groundhog's Day is when people take a groundhog named Puxatawny Phil and they put him up in the air, and if he sees his shadow, then I think we have almost 2 more weeks of winter, and if not, then spring comes sooner.
What does Groundhog's Day mean to you?
Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really look forward to Groundhog's Day.
Nothing, because the weather, I just dress different due to the weather, or drive different due to the weather, and it just doesn't mean much to me if he sees his shadow or not. However, it is my mom's birthday, so it's a really great day because I get to celebrate her.
To an extent, I don't like the winter, so I would like it to be summer earlier, but it's all very hypothetical.
Well, I feel a little pressure now. I love Groundhog Day.
In Wisconsin, there's this groundhog that nipped at the mayor's ear. Yeah, so my question for you is, what would you do if a groundhog nipped at your ear?
Put him down.
I did not know that. That is very interesting.
What would you do if a groundhog bit your ear?
Fight it.
Really get it off of me, and it was probably hurt.
Bit my ear off? Yeah. I'd probably cry a lot.
I would be okay, but
What's a mess?
I'd throw hands and fight it.
No people were harmed. This has been Colorado Springs Bill signing off for KRAM.
Let me tell you, I would suplex slam that groundhog if he decided to bite my ear.
That's all for this week, Rams. This has been Paul Bennett.
And I'm Jackson Har, signing off for KRAM.
So problem free.
Is it really a problem?
Philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Alright.
Wow.
Oh! Sorry.
Season is still involved. Yearbook really is.
Waka waka!
That's that's weird.